Is training heavy wrong? This is probably one of, if not the biggest misconceptions in the gym and the fitness industry period. There's a lot of people that just think more weight equals more gains, and it doesn't really work that way. It's not like 225 times 10 reps equals 10 pounds of muscle. Like it's not a calculator system. It just doesn't work that way.
Hold up, wait a minute, something ain't right.
There's also tremendous variables that go into strength and how much weight you can lift as well, right? So some people are just naturally genetically stronger than others. It's just the way that it is. But another big differentiator is height, even something like that. When somebody's taller and has longer arms, that changes the weight distribution, the lever points of the muscle pulling on the weight. You can have somebody that's just as strong or just as muscular as another person, like these two people side by side. One's taller than the other, they're not going to lift the same amount of weight, right? Don't think that if you can get your curls up to 40 pounds, that means your biceps are going to be 20 inches. Like it doesn't work that way, right? Heavy is about stimulating the muscle, right? It's just making the muscle recognize what it's doing, right?
Man, you to grow.
When you think of heavy, don't think of it as a number, think of it as a feeling. We want to make sure that we feel that full stretch and release. That's the other thing people do a lot of times too, is when they go too heavy, they're just like gritting the whole way down. When you're doing it that way, that chest is staying tight the whole time because it's being contracted even while you're lowering the weight. So you're slowly like contracting it less and less, but it's still under contraction. It's never getting a release. When you're going too heavy and you're not getting that full stretch and release, you're basically doing like one long kind of weird up and down rep. You're not doing individual reps. So a good rule of thumb I tell people is when you first pick up the weight, like the first 5 reps should really feel relatively easy. I don't like to say easy, but if that weight feels challenging, like the first 5 reps of your set, it's too much. Like you're not getting the right kind of stimulation. So you want to have it feel relatively easy the first 5 or so reps. Next 5, this is where it's starting to get, oh shit, this is getting tough. And then it's the last 1, 2 to 5, right? So 5 easy, 5 a bit more challenging. And now we're getting into the last 5 or so, right? That 10 to 15 rep range that we're talking about for size. That's where we're gonna kind of come into that, where we're gonna fail at.
Whoa, nah, I never knew that.
We wanna make sure that we're getting that stretch, we're getting that release so we can get that full squeeze. And if we're going too heavy right off the bat, we're not gonna get good reps by the time we're getting towards the end of that set.